the longest day of the year, perhaps one of the longest years of my life, and I'm barely 25 years old. It's almost dusk. The first starlight splinters through the slender leaves of the linden trees. If I open the upstairs window wide enough, I can catch glimpses of Olivier's daughter, Laure, and her best friend, Lulu, the caretaker's daughter, as they chase each other barefoot through the orchards. They have eaten so many wild berries and plums that their small, round mouths will be stained for days. Maybe because they are French children, or because I want them to be like me, I think they enjoy being at the table. But today, the girls have so thoroughly stuffed themselves, they will not be hungry for dinner. It seems we are always finishing one meal and preparing for the next. This is the way it's been every day, every season, for the last 3 years together with Olivier. But tonight's meal seems different somehow. I have taken extra care to tend to all the details. Sophie, the caretaker's wife, and I were first at the market this morning, choosing small, ripe melons only from Cavaillon, the fattest white asparagus, and long, fragrant branches of fresh lemon verbena. The best salt-cured ham from Bayonne, fresh pork livers, and juniper berries for a terrine still warm from the oven. Our friend Flora gathered poppy leaves and wild mushrooms to bake with yard eggs, and flowering thyme to accompany the lamb. Olivier always roasts the meat and chooses the wines. Laure and Lulu helped shell garden peas, the bright green juice spreading across the prints of their tiny fingers. And they played with pastry, smearing rich butter into the dough and cutting out hearts and stars before helping me to wrap it gently around wild peaches. Zora, the Moroccan housekeeper, has been baking large golden moons of semolina bread all day. All this for Olivier's family and our friends, who have come from both small surrounding towns and as far away as Marseille and Paris. Some will stay through August and maybe into September. They watch as I begin to cook and then ask me questions about where I'm from. Olivier's friends from deep Provence still think it exotic. An Asian face telling stories in French about La Nouvelle-Orléans, le jazz, la cuisine créole. Olivier, who loves to be in the kitchen, feels that I am better suited for it. He thinks it is here that I am happiest. And because I'm young, or haven't yet mastered the language of opposition, because I don't quite know what it is that makes me happy, I oblige as they gather for the spectacle, Midas and his golden girl. Later, with full stomachs and slipping, slightly tipsy between crisp, heavy linen sheets, the visitors will ask one another, what more could she possibly want? If they looked a bit closer, would they notice that, despite Olivier's insistence on making me the mistress of the house, I still don't have a clue as to what is expected of me, and that Laure is both fascinated by how different I am and envious of the love her father bestows on me. Her mother, Dominique, a Frenchwoman whose beauty has been pinched with bitterness, sends letters filled with threats due to the pending divorce and malicious remarks in reference to the chinoise Olivier has taken up with. But they do not see any of this, because in the face of gastronomic pursuits, I appear fearless and without age. I am filled with courage as I take on 2 ovens, 3 refrigerators, 1 neglected caretaker's wife, a few sleepy housekeepers who turn about like broken clockwork, and a soon-to-be official stepdaughter who loves me instinctively, but hasn't quite figured out why I am sometimes distant, melancholy. As always, at some point toward the end of the meal, Olivier will propose a toast, pleased that I can make a daube or soupe d'épeautre like the best of the locals. Laure will lean into me, her small ear pressed just at the level of my stomach, and she'll whisper to me that it's grumbling, that I must still be hungry. Then her giggle will turn into a deep, rich laughter, like a drunken sailor's. This always makes me smile. Olivier, who's always searching for a sign, will see this and think that I am almost happy. And sometimes I think so too, believe that I have buried my constant need for departure. I always remind him, though, that this is really not my home, that I'm just
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.